Joined by Martin Biron. Marty, let's play a game we like to call One Word. One by one, I'm going to name the starting goalie for each of the 7 Canadian teams heading into the regular season, and you're going to give me the one word that best describes that goalie and why. All right, let's start with the back-to-back runner-ups in Edmonton. Give me the one word that best describes Stu Skinner.
Again? Question mark? Like, that's what it is. Like, Stu Skinner over the last 3 years has dropped from a 914 save percentage to a 905 to an 896. You're doing it again, so I get it. Look, nothing has changed in Edmonton in the crease in a few years, so I'm saying it's not Stuart Skinner's fault. That's who he is. But again, with a question mark, is the one word that I'm going for Stuart Skinner and the Edmonton Oilers.
I can understand that. Sticking with Alberta, just a month ago, Calgary gave their young star a 7-year, $52.5 million extension. Give us the one word that best describes Dustin Wolf.
Inexperience. And we all know that Dustin Wolf is a really good goaltender. But he did have Dan Vladar play somewhat of a good role with him last year. Right now, it's inexperience from Wolf. It's inexperience as a backup. He's kind of like walking the high wire without a net underneath him right now. So I would say if you are an experienced goaltender, you can do that. You know how to handle it. But for Dustin Wolf, it's great talent there, but inexperience in all aspect of what he's going to have to do this year.
All right, over to Montreal. He represented Canada at the Four Nations Face-Off. Hopes to do the same at the Winter Olympic Games. One word that best describes Samuel Montembeault.
Underrated. I mean, the amount of people that never talk about Samuel Montembeault and what he was able to do with the Montreal Canadiens last year, getting them in the playoffs and playing big games. And who knows if it had stayed healthy in the playoffs, if they would have beaten the Washington Capitals. So I love Samuel Montembeault. I think he's made some great adjustments in his game over the last 2-3 seasons. He's more reserved. He doesn't overplay anything. He stays in the crease a little bit more. But underrated is what the one word I think of when I think of Samuel Montembeault.
Ottawa made it back to the playoffs for the first time since 2017 with Linus Ullmark last season. What's the one word for Ullmark this season?
Workload, and I'm putting it combined like it's one word, workload. You look at Linus Ullmark, last year played 44 games. The most that he's ever played in a season was 49. He's never played 50 games. Now, he always had Jeremy Swayman or Anton Forsberg, and even Levi Merlainen came in and played a little bit last year. But I think that the workload has to be 55 plus for Linus Ullmark and the Ottawa Senators to be able to repeat in the playoffs this year. So, yeah, workload for Linus Ullmark. And can you do it? I'm sure he can, but he's never done it.
Fair enough. To Vancouver, where Thatcher Demko only played 23 games last year due to injury. But the word is he's now fully healthy. So what's the one word for him now, Marty?
Optimism. I love Thatcher Demko. 2 years ago, before the injury in the regular season, he was the second best goaltender in the National Hockey League when you look at goals saved above expectation. Only Connor Hellebuyck was ahead of him. And then he got hurt in the playoffs last year. It was just a complete mess. I'm very optimistic of what Thatcher Demko can do, playing with a bit of a chip on his shoulder, right? You talked about this is an Olympic year, didn't get invited to the orientation camp with Team USA. There's a lot that can happen here. I look at Thatcher Demko. Optimism is the one word.
To Toronto, Anthony Stolarz signed a 4-year extension with the Leafs just a few days ago, and at least for the start of the season, he's going to be their number one. Give us one word for Stolarz.
Health. I love Stolarz, and by all metrics, he was one of the best goaltender, even as a backup to Sergei Bobrovsky 2 years ago and last year in Toronto. But can he stay healthy throughout the whole season? It's a big body, and he's had to deal with injuries in the past. And I think that he's going to be asked to play a lot of games, especially early in the season. So health is what I think of when I think of Anthony Stolarz. The Leafs have a really good one, but they need to keep him healthy throughout the season.
And finally, the reigning Hart and Vezina winner in Winnipeg. Give us the one word to best describe Connor Hellebuyck, Marty.
Pressure. And I'm thinking about the pressure of being back-to-back Vezina Trophy winner. But now you had that, the pressure of being the MVP last year in the season, the pressure of the Olympics, the pressure of the playoffs failure. I feel like this is one of the most important season for Connor Hellebuck. So the pressure, I know he's calm, cool, collected. Nothing seems to bother him. But internally, I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure. Can he respond to the pressure this season and respond to all that has been said about him in those big important moments?
As we say, Hellebuck has got loads of hardware, but not the game's ultimate prize. He picked up his third Vezina last season. He's currently the only multi-time Vezina winner to not win a Stanley Cup.